Welcome to the Sushi Forum, week 57. Each week we look at proposals that are on the Sushi Discord forum, on Snapshot, or have already passed the voting process. This is an open community call, so everyone is welcome to join and up on stage anytime. We also have the AMA text questions available for those who wish to engage via text. How's everybody doing this week? Magic Turtle, good to see you in the house. How have you been?
Good to be here. I'm doing pretty well. Just been sort of taking care of myself. Yeah, it's been good.
Nice. Yeah, and anybody else that wants to pop up, be sure to do so. But nice to have Magic Turtle back in the house here, and Alpha Shark Punk.
Glad to be back. Been missing you, Turtle.
Always good to see you,
Yeah, nice.
Ryan. Or are you? Is it Alpha Shark Punk now?
How do we formally address you?
The shark formerly known as Orion. That's what I go by now.
Awesome. Yeah, okay. I guess like first thing to kind of dive into here is I do have another request here from Wim Wham. And of course, anybody that wants to come up on stage, please feel free to do so. Yeah. Yo. Yeah, thanks for popping up. Okay, first thing here is flipside. That vote is currently going on. We've got where are we here? Snapshot. Currently going on. We got Avi. I just invited Avi up here. I'll try again. There, Avi, is that working for you now? But yeah, there you are.
In the house. What's up?
Yo. All right. Yeah, so this one's up on Snapshot right now, going on till December 6th. Currently sitting at 4.68 million sushi power for 99.84%. Yes. And yeah. So yeah, we're it's looking good here. Another 32,000, if my math is correct, sushi power. So get out there and make your votes. Yeah, I don't know, Avi, if you wanted to chat anything about where we're at here, or give some more insight onto things.
Yeah. So thanks to everyone who's voted so far. It seems like we've gotten some awesome traction, awesome reactions from the community. I'm really excited about it. Obviously a little way to go. So if you have not voted, definitely head over to the Snapshot and weigh in. Love to hear from you. Either drop a note on the forum as well if you want to get more involved or have any additional thoughts on it. I guess, Tango, if you want, I can dive into a couple, as this went up, people have messed behind the scenes or wanted some more clarification on some items. I have one or two things I can point out. If there's anything else that you want to cover, but I'm happy to dive into.
Yeah, no, hop into those things. I know there's, we were chatting before there, and just a couple things to point out there. I think that's a great plan.
Totally, yeah. So one of the things people have come to us a bit before is, I think, like the way that people frame bounty programs in general can, be a little simpler than the actual process looks like when you're scaling it up. So at a simple, lower level, simpler bounties are, you submit something, there's a smaller bounty for 1,000, 5,000, someone builds something, you review it, it's good, boom, done, pay them, and they're off. That's great, but the program for community-enabled analytics is a little more complex. We're doing it at scale, and obviously analytics is an output and one of the primary outputs, if not the primary output of the programs. We're rebuilding Sushi Analytics or contributing to what's there. And I'll make a note on that in a second. But just so people understand kind of what it takes to run bounty programs at scale, what we're achieving through CEA is not just analytics. We're driving users and we're getting tokens in the hands of people who care about the ecosystem. So I think like it's a concept, it's a leap that we have been trying to get, push out there. And it's for Web3, traditional marketing channels don't quite work, right? They're, liquidity mining and Airdrops are good in their own right. They have their deficiencies and their shortcomings, and sometimes they don't always attract the best type of users to protocols. And so that's what CEA does. You're kind of specializing in finding a unique set of users who are either crypto native or crypto hungry and want to learn, want to use protocols or adapt. And so you're kind of driving them to the protocols where they're focused on getting analytics as an output. And then the token retention we're seeing, there have been liquidity mining programs where on day 2, 80% of the tokens that have been pushed out are literally sold on exchange. And we're seeing like 77, 80, up to 95% retention in these programs, in these ecosystems, months after they run. So, you're getting not only high value users, but you're getting more users of the protocol. And that's just super powerful. And so in order to achieve that, bounty programs at scale need to be run efficiently, and it takes a lot of work. So we've developed this IP over the last year or so to achieve this. So there's a lot of bodies in the room. Where you're pushing out bounties, posting them, creating different difficulties of bounties, reviewing the submissions to make sure that they're accurate, and then rewarding folks for their efforts, and then showcasing those deliverables. And so the process to do that, we're doing like thousands of bounties a week, which is submissions a week, which is insane. And so I just want to drive that point home a little bit, just to understand maybe a little more insight into what we're actually doing and what this program is to achieve. So you're getting these insanely awesome and valuable key deliverables like Sushi Analytics rebuild for aggregated across multiple chains, and calculators for Trident and things like that we can easily build. But you're also getting on another level just users running analytics to start using the program. So I'll pause there for a second. I just wanted to drive that home. Does that make sense, Tangle, or anyone else? Happy to clarify any items there, but that's a key piece I think that people should understand.
Yeah, and I like that you're focusing on the multi-chain thing. I mean, that's a big aspect for us, and and even the retention, couple of key things there that really I really like to hear.
Yeah, I think maybe just on that multi-chain piece, one of the hardest things I think, especially for Sushi, one of the reasons we love Sushi in the community is we share the same ethos of being multi-chain, of a multi-chain world, and of any ecosystem out there. Sushi's probably the most aggressive and moving to other chains, are deploying and understanding that there's a liquidity everywhere that can be captured and utilized, and so it's the aggregative factor of the analytics that we're going to be providing that we're planning to run alongside Sushi. We want to be able to provide those analytics across the key ecosystems that they're running, and that's a major challenge for any team. And so you kind of making that decision on where to build and how to build, and so that's a key differentiator. We're going to be providing analytics on Arbitrum and Polygon and Harmony. And we have a number of other chains in the works that we're going to be looping in here and embedding and integrating into these dashboards and the bounties that we're running. So that is absolutely key, and especially to the Sushi strategy in general, and then obviously just widens our net for potential users we can be driving, and metrics and people that we can be funneling into our program and ultimately turning into Sushi power users. So I think that's probably like a corollary or a side note to the overall objectives here that's super important.
Cool. Yeah, would love to hear any other feedback from people. I know Wim Wham, not to put you on the spot here, but I know you're pretty this is kind of up your alley. So
yeah, I put something in AMA text questions about this, but just anecdotally, I can confirm and corroborate everything Avi was saying about user retention and engagement with all of the protocols and platforms that Flipside partners with. I mean, personally speaking, taking the time to really delve into the on-chain transactions and understanding the different contracts within a protocol, it makes you far more invested in their well-being for all this time and interest that you've kind of invested. But then also, you turn around and you end up literally invested by virtue of the rewards you get from spending all this time. So it's like play to analyze or analyze to earn. And so just, personally speaking, I huge vote of confidence for everything Flipside does. Big fan of this initiative.
That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, thanks, Wim Wham. If anybody else has thoughts, questions, concerns, we've covered this a ton, but always there's so much to this that really want to make sure we uncover everything, and it's really nice to have Avi up here, who's been very diligent about showing up all the time. I appreciate you coming on, spending so much time with us.
Of course, if you keep playing jams like that, I'm going to be here every week.
Got to thank Zappuccini for that one. He found I just copy pasted that into the in there. So that was like a samurai one or something. Hey Zappuccini, it was like samurai lo-fi beats or something. Yeah.
It's just the first thing I Googled.
Look at that.
Great.
Cool. If anybody else, if you've got things into the, I see a few things in the AMA text questions. You can have a peek there. If
Don't you want that POAP too? I mean, look at that. It looks rare. I just gotta say.
It's
Thank you.
yeah. So hop in there and be sure to, when you do vote, you can claim your POAP, and even if you have voted already, go back and you can claim it that way, or you can claim it right from the snapshot page. So be sure to get yours. Right. If nothing else, I do think we have. Sam with us today. Sam, you want to come up here? I just want to grab you if we can, or while you're here. Oh, my clicking isn't working. Sam, if you want to come up and chat. Give me a second here. My mic. Oh, there we are. Invite sent. There you are. Sam. Oh, no.
Can you hear me?
There you are. How are you?
Yeah.
Doing well. How are you guys?
Oh, good. Yeah, just kind of moving on here to the next thing. In regards to Sushi Relay, we've chatted about it a few times already. Just give us an update.
So now that there have been some changes to the front end, we actually just finished merging the conflicts just the other day. So we should have support for also Trident once that goes live on the front end as well. I
Nice.
spoke with Matthew. I spoke with Matthew yesterday. What we're going to do is we're going to coordinate a specific time frame to actually push out the changes live, and then what we'll do is on our end, is along with the sushi team, is coordinate uh, to have some of our engineers online monitoring in real time the front end to make sure that there's no issues, and if there is an issue, we can quickly revert the changes. That way, no end user should encounter any sort of exceptions or errors or lost transactions or lost trades, because obviously that's not a desirable outcome. Uh, but other than that, I've also posted some of the dashboards that you can see that's privately available to the sushi team. We wanted to sort of be a little bit more transparent on the analytics and sort of what other metrics that we're monitoring for the front end. So that's actually available on the Sushi forums. I can send a link, I guess, on uh,
If you can,
the Discord.
if you can plug it into the AMA text questions, that could be really sweet. And then we can kind of distribute from there, if you don't mind.
Yep, I just sent it. I think you should be able to send a direct link.
Yeah, sweet. I'll open them up here. See if I can find
And
it.
you can, so you can see like how we can actively actually get insights that aren't actually normally available to the front end once it's left the front end. So this is like RPC requests, transaction requests. You can see the time it takes from when it's submitted from the front end to when it's actually mined. And then you'll also obviously, once the rebating system goes live as well, we'll be able to benchmark that additional time frame, right? From normal transaction inclusion into a block to the transaction inclusion time frame once it's going through the arbitrage engine, and that way we can monitor and make sure that we're not excessively putting you know, additional time to get your trade executed and put on chain.
Yeah, so you're saying that, yeah, the user isn't going to experience any time delays or anything then with this, and this is kind of
Ideally,
yeah.
right? Well, the upper benchmark that we have is 60 seconds, which is about five extra blocks typically. Yeah, it's that's all the team. I didn't have anything to do with that dashboard, so all credit goes to our developers and engineers. But yeah, that metric also we'll be sure to provide a public Grafana dashboard. That way you can actually monitor in real time how many transactions are going through the front end for Sushi Swap, and how much gas rebates are owed, and those sorts of metrics.
Wicked. And yeah, all the same things like from what we discussed before, maybe just to give a refresher for everyone in regards to rebates and what that looks like percentage wise, and yeah, some of that stuff. Maybe just touch on that again if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
so the rebates are an ex sushi, just to clarify that, because some people were wondering. The original Y Cabal proposal had sort of uh, had described like 50% goes to miners, 25% to sushi, 25% goes to fold token holders. That's not entirely accurate. So that sort of confused people. So we're not giving that much profits to the miners, because the miners are already being paid by the original transaction. So it's actually going to be a lot less than that for the miner percentage. After the 90% rebate threshold for sushi relay, or for sushi transactions, the rest is distributed to full token holders. So the way that obviously helps sushi holders is, for sushi transactions, is uh, there's going to be a greater percentage that actually will potentially get rebated versus the original proposal, because the original proposal was a little confusing. So it's not 50% going to the miners. It's not, that ratio's not accurate at all. That was more of a preliminary, like, estimate, or a preliminary benchmark. So that's not true. Uh, and yeah, do not refer to the original proposal, because that's not actually being implemented.
Okay, and then as far as for the miners, then incentives for miners, I guess just because of the deal flow from
Yep.
us, then is kind of how
Yeah.
it works.
So the extra tip is what they actually get incentivized on top of your normal transaction. That is part of uh, the rebating process. That part is handled by us, and it's about 2.5 gwei per transaction. So it's not actually significant at all in when you look at it at an individual transaction basis. But when it's obviously aggregated, with hundreds of transactions, it adds up. So yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so that way we've kind of we see how everybody wins throughout this between
Yep.
miners, sushi swappers, and manifold holders, or fold token holders, I should say.
Yep. And obviously, there's no need to modify your wallet connection settings. We're using MetaMask, which is not something that which is exclusive to Sushi Swap, by the way. Just to let people to know, they don't have to actually configure anything. You just use the front end like you normally do.
Sick. So it's just, yeah, as mentioned before there, it's just going to yeah, it's just we're gonna have this integrated. It's just gonna roll out. You won't know the difference, and you'll just be getting rebates. And as far as the rebates were going, that's happening. You were planning to do it every you were gonna start off at a higher time frame and then work down to
Yeah.
towards every.
We're gonna do daily, and then we're gonna we're gonna work on to probably every half hour. So
Yeah, amazing. And that's just directly sending Sushi directly to wallets. You don't have to claim. You don't have to do anything. It's just
there's no
shows up.
there's no there's no claim process. It's automatically rebated back to your wallet, to
Amazing.
the originating wallet. So let me just clarify, because with the Sushi front end, you can execute a trade that ends up in a different wallet address. It's from the originating
Got it.
wallet transaction address. Just so that's clarified to people, because that's sort of
Yeah. Thanks for.
a little bit of a nuance.
Yeah. Thanks for pointing that out. And then as far as for the Fold token holders, what's happening on that process? Is it you're dumping the ETH to buy, just straight up buy Manifold, or what does that look like on that end?
So the rebating. So you're talking about the actual profit sharing portion, I
Yeah,
think.
so that's like the 10%. Is that correct? Where 10% of the
It's whatever's left off.
yeah,
So it's
whatever's
not a
left
fixed
off.
percentage. It's
Okay.
whatever's left off after the rebating process for sushi holders or sushi transactions.
Okay, got it. And then yeah, just what happens there though with what's left over, because that's ETH that's left over, or is that Sushi or what? 'Cause
It's traded into stable coins, and then it's put into a treasury, which is invests it, and fold holders get a token called Xfold, which is a 1-to-1 token for stable coins. It's based off of Sushi's Sushi framework.
right, got it. Okay, so yeah, you're gaining if you as a Manifold holder or a Fold token holder, you're yeah, getting access to getting exposure to the treasury, which is held in stable coins.
Yep.
Got
Yep.
it.
Someone asked, if you're holding Meowshi and T-Sushi, will you be included? Uh, Currently, it is only for people who submit transactions on the front end. If you hold X Sushi or Sushi by proxy, because obviously they're correlated, you get benefit. We're open, obviously, to supporting T-Sushi and Meowshi if that's something the community is wanting to do. But yeah, that's a good question. I'll put that on our syllabus for the next quarter to make sure that that's explored.
Yeah. Meowshi is ex sushi, basically, right? The bento box. That wouldn't like complicate anything.
Probably. I mean, I can't say for sure right now. Don't hold me on that. But if it's just a wrapped asset, it shouldn't be terribly difficult.
Yeah.
It can be the rebating process can be in any asset at the end of the day, right? Uh, or it can be funding a strategy. It's just whatever the community would like. This is just the simplest sort of implementation. Uh, so yeah. So yeah, if it's as simple as that, then that's entirely possible.
Yeah, cool. And then yeah, you've said that you're ready to go for Trident as well. Everything's set into place for that. So when Trident rolls out, it's just no shouldn't be any issues there to go that
Yep.
way then. Amazing.
Yeah.
And so
Exactly.
when are we looking at or when is this looking to get fully integrated?
Matt, you had said the next day or two, so probably Saturday, I would hope. I know Joseph is going to be in Miami, and some of the team is in Miami right now, so I'm also in Miami for the NFT event or whatever. So as soon as that's over, probably looking at Saturday night.
Sure. So even if we can just maybe just to expect early next week type thing, just in case things get a little carried away there in Miami. Who knows with what you guys get up to over there? Well, yeah, just
Something pretty rated PG.
awesome. Okay, well, yeah, coming soon, regardless, in the next few days. So heads up for that, and then you're still planning to do the like a 30-day trial period with it to make sure everything's groovy, and yeah, ensuring that there isn't yeah, just make sure everything's awesome, and
Yeah.
shouldn't be any
Well, that
user experience affected at all in any capacity, really.
exactly right. That, and we also wanted to be able to have a source of metrics to benchmark against.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta you sort of have to test in production
Yep.
for these things. But yeah,
Awesome. Okay. Who's got questions? Who's got questions? We've kind of covered, I think, a ton of that. I don't know what I don't have any more. That's I'm stoked. Stoked to.
and just a side comment too. I don't know if we're also been talking with the sushi team also about helping make the front end more secure and uh, and providing ways for verifying the deployments, because I don't know if people had saw earlier today that Badger DAO had been hacked for like $120 million.
Ooh.
So that was through a front end compromise, Uh, so we're not only looking to just help with the gas rebating system, but also helping make the entire system more secure.
Awesome. That's amazing that you're, yeah, looking to help out and stay integrated here. Yeah, wicked,
Right?
Sam. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. It's, I think we all appreciate it. Yeah, is, yeah, strong together. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of crazy. Do you? This is just sort of random. Uh, do you have any more information about the Badger hack? Like, that sort of surprises me that it was, or in your description, a front end sort of enabled exploit.
Yeah. From what I understand, it was I think it was a supply chain hack through a malicious dependency, possibly. I don't have more information. I know there's a few write ups available. I would point you to Twitter.
Yeah, I
That
know
way you
Strong's
could,
sort of
yeah.
still developing.
It should be pretty easy to find by now, because it was earlier today. Let me see if I can get you. Yeah, so it was through people who put like unlimited approvals on transfers, and that was the actual proxy to getting the hack, but the front end was the entry point. So it was
I
not
see.
necessarily everybody who had done unlimited approvals. Yeah. So thanks, HHK.
All right. Cool. Yeah, thank you for the infos there. Oh, and there's another.
And just in case if you're ever wanting to check your own approvals, you can go to revoke.cash and and participate in some wallet hygiene and
Mm-hmm.
make sure you don't have unlimited approvals. So
Yep.
You'll
That's it.
thank yourself after.
Yep.
If you have like 20 different things,
yep.
you'll thank yourself later.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah, we should probably make this a little more. Yeah. What do you, wallet hygiene?
Well,
A wallet. I like that.
Yeah, MetaMask is supposed to be implementing like a page that you can manage your permissions to contracts, but that's been on the roadmap for 2 years, so who knows?
They were busy implementing
It
that
looks like it's Ethereum only, Mago.
swap fee.
There's one I think through Beefy or something like that. You should be able to find it for other chains.
Okay, yeah, we'll take a look at that. But no, wallet hygiene, something that we should really pay attention to. Yeah. No, thank you for that.
Yeah, sometimes I look at my connections on MetaMask and I see sites that I totally forgot I ever even visited. They just look dubious in hindsight.
Yeah, like the sixth, urine fork from like DeFi summer.
Yeah. So yeah, if anyone has any questions or other suggestions like the Meowshi one, which appreciate that, just let me know or post it on the forums. Even better than that.
Alrighty then.
Wicked deal. All right. Okay, thank you very much, Sam. Yeah, looking forward to this. It's to be able to get
Long time coming.
Yeah, it sure has been, but yeah, excited. Cool. All right. Yeah, I guess next thing to kind of move on. There's been a couple of proposals here, kind of in regards to just a little more transparency and even having like the AMA with the core dev here. We did have last week. We had a few people come on and chat with us. Just want to get a little bit of feedback from people in regards to. I guess just was last week. Do you need to have more? Do you want to have do you want more a more direct conversation again, or did last week kind of cover enough for now? Want to point out that there's looking to do a full like whole reorganization of how sushi operates, and kind of towards the whole governance. Just a reorganization structure is in the works. There's a lot of proposals and documents floating around at this time, and it's something that is actively being worked on. And I encourage anyone and everyone to if this is something that you're that you see that you can be helpful towards, or you have ideas towards it, like, this is community driven, and we really want to reinstill that. I feel like we've kind of lost a little bit of connection here with the community, and we need to get that back. So we definitely want to have any and all ideas that people have towards what this, what a new restructuring can look like, or just things that that you don't like, or the things that you do like. Like, maybe there's certain things that you're like, no, don't change this aspect of what we've got going on, but here's where we see some pitfalls, or some issues that or even just like things that you're concerned that could change if with current structures or whatever. But definitely want to have feedback towards that. I just want to open it up to anybody here that that wants to comment on that. Please.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just speaking for myself, but I listened to the episode from last week. I missed out on participating, but thought it was really, really, really fantastic entire episode. I'd love to have more of that, like either bi-weekly or maybe like once a month, where it's like a sort of set thing where you can the community can have like some sort of reliability in terms of like once a month or once every 2 weeks, you're gonna have like a touch, like the devs touching base, just some sort of a conversation with the community, answering general questions, because there's constantly new people coming in as well. So and having like a new person be able to ask, it's one thing for a new person to be able to ask like either you, Tangle, or me, or Zappuccini, or Orion, or any of the samurai a question and get help. But I feel like I don't know, this is just my personal opinion, I feel like it probably creates a lot more long-term holder if like they can directly ask a dev a question and like feel that connection to the core team.
For sure, dude. Maybe like I see like Uniswap, they do open office hours where they will have like maybe a dev or two hold up the office for like like an hour and a half or so.
Yeah, and maybe
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, maybe that's something that we do instead of instead of trying to bring everybody to the forum for this. Maybe finding that's something that's more developer focused, if that's what we want to hear, or if it's more roadmap focused, or BD marketing, that kind of stuff. It can be here, or maybe it can all be here, for that. But I like this idea of like every 2 weeks, or maybe it is every month, just with with all the products that are going on right now. Maybe it is better to just do once a month, but maybe even twice a month to get just have like more coverage up here so that we can answer questions, and and just make sure that that's happening. We've past few weeks we've had a little more coverage just from other core members, but yeah, lots going on at this time, and I'm trying to, I've got to, trying to get scheduling around all that, but yeah, it's just I think. Oh, I'm just looking in the questions here. See a couple things coming in, but yeah, check out last week if you'd like for any clarity around this stuff.
I think it's pretty important, for more context. Honestly.
Yeah, if anybody hasn't listened to that one and does have concerns around this stuff, just transparency and even the reorg and this kind of stuff. Yeah, just give last week's a shout or a listen, and then we can kind of go from there. But that's just having more. I know, like, more connection between community and and developers or the ops or core team and all of that needs to happen. And I definitely want to see more. Like, we need to have interaction and integration from both the community. And feel free to speak up. I know a lot of people that feel like, hey, feel like, oh, I don't really feel comfortable, like, talking to somebody, or I'm a little bit scared that they're going to think different. This is open. If anybody, you want to reach out to somebody, you do it. If you've got an honest, open question that isn't just like, scammy and trying to shill a product or something, like, people are going to respond to you. And if they don't, and you're saying, hey, I'm trying to reach this person and they're not, reach out to me and I'll do what I can to put you in touch with them. But we want to, try and create some sort of an open area for this, and like an open stage. Again, anybody's welcome to come up here anytime, ask questions, bring up topics. The forum is open for anyone to put up stuff there, and feel free to come on and be like, hey, I want to talk about, this proposal that we put up, and kind of go from there. So, yeah, I don't know if anybody else has comments, questions, concerns on that. We do want to have more coverage, but ideas are very, very welcome.
I had a few things. First, just to backpack off of what Magic Turtle said. I know what really got me engaged in this community was actual, like, close interaction with both the devs and the other team. Just being really accessible, whether it was early on in the history of the forum, just being able to talk to Maki, who is such a bigger than life figure, and having a chance. Like, there's a really small Google meetup with Kino and Boring, and just to have that connection, really, I felt tied me into the brand and what made me want to contribute more. And I think that's what we want to continue to foster. That's part of what makes Sushi great. In terms of last week, I did feel a little bit unsatisfied in terms of them addressing, like, specific claims. It's kind of hard in this is a public forum, and I'm sure they didn't want to get too entrenched into specific details, but, like, particularly one thing that I don't think has been addressed is just what should be the MO for someone who's a core team of any um, platform, DeFi platform or DApp out there, for when they're spread between multiple projects. That wasn't really addressed. That's like, I think that in some of that FUDing, there was talking about people being more interested in other side projects, and you don't really know what people. It's somewhat hard to know what people are working on behind the scenes, and just what agreements should be made, because I mean, so much of there's such this dev shortage, there's such this specialization shortage, that it's completely reasonable for someone to be working with multiple platforms, and almost necessary for the ecosystem. But you need to there needs to be some accountability that they're taking their core positions first.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know that there's too much outside projects that are being worked on by other, by any of the core team this time. But we want to have full coverage here. Absolutely. I guess, just some disclosures or anything that needs to happen there, but just going through text questions here too. Stackbot. If you're not, not total satisfaction, that all is well. I think like I'm mentioning here, we're in this restructuring mode. Proposals flying around, documents, ideas, lots of chatter around this, and hoping to have this, have some stuff that's like formally available, and I guess Samurais are really working on. I know they've got something going here. I've been working on a couple of things. There's a few core members that have been bringing stuff to the table and trying to meld together something that that looks like a better restructuring and reorganization. And again, please totally encourage anyone that has ideas or sees, even if it's not just a full reorganization, but just hey, here's one portion of reorganization that we see as an issue, or here's where I feel like we should pay attention to this. Even that aspect of it, just a little thing that maybe is overlooked in the end, and it's could be a real key point to helping, right? One aspect that, for example, that I'm very curious about is how do we keep people accountable, right? It's great that we can have structures and, whether it's whatever it looks like, but, how does accountability work, and what does that look like? So there's just one aspect of it that needs to get fleshed out. But, if we have okay, here's how the structure is going to work and but, we got to also look at some other smaller portions of it too that can be, that can be implemented to ensure success. But please, anybody that's got ideas around this, we want to hear from you. Reach out to me, reach out to any of the Samurai, reach out to, anybody. And let's, we can slowly start putting things together here. And reorganizing. There's a lot of product to ship at this time. But this, we need to be able to fix what's going on here versus, before really much of anything else can, move forward in in good faith, I guess. But, if anybody else wants to get up on stage, or I do see some good stuff coming in through AMA text questions here, some good chatter, but anybody else?
I guess one last thing I wanted to add is just more clarity on the signaling versus a signaling proposal versus what is actually going to take action in general timelines. I'm thinking back to that whole bonsai thing with radium, and it's I have no idea whether that was I think that went beyond signaling. I think that was an actual proposal, and then it just gets lost in the ether. I know there's a lot of things they're shipping, but that proposal should include timing amounts, and it should be clear whether it's a signal or whether this is something that is getting ingrained in code.
Yeah, agreed there. And I know even something like Sushi here, and just recently from Omakase, he put out that just a little bit of an update on it. He's happy to provide a more detailed consideration of Sushi. Firstly, it was a signal vote with the expectation it would need more research. On a surface level, there are some considerations. Potential disruption to automated rewards optimizations. Ability for misuse has been shown in Mochi and Curve rewards. Continued reduction of sushi rewards in general, as with emergence of MasterChef V2 and Trident. I'd have to. I don't know if anybody has comments on that part of it, but just seeing how this could actually affect in what are the effects of all this, because of course when we develop this and put this into place, how that can work. I know I've heard some other ideas around how else this could work. Because essentially it's like taking X sushi, you're wrapping sushi is really what's happening here, or like, locking it up, but maybe doing it in a little different way that doesn't affect us as much. But as far as like what are the next steps though, like, or where, who's accountable for this now? Like which, is it devs? Is it community? Is it, where does this where does this go next? How do we finalize this? And maybe finalization is like, oh, actually this isn't going to work, or finalization says, yes, this is going into production, and having clear outlines for that. I totally agree. And again, that's like something that probably needs to be outlined in, in the reorganization of all this. But, that's, I think that's to come, but would love to hear any, obviously any feedback towards that on how that should work and what that should look like. But, I think again, just having like somebody that's accountable to, pushing that through, and away we go. But thoughts, feedback, comments, suggestions, anyone?
Well, it's gonna keep going. It's an ongoing process, man.
Yeah, I think it's probably the best way to put that right now. But and again, I just I encourage anyone and everyone, reach out, get involved, ideas, share them, do all of that, please, because we're listening. Everybody's got good ideas, and also just headed back to the AMA text questions here on some stuff. Oh yeah, the NFT drops for with the pixel parties. Basically just gonna wait on show you for that when we can minting and issuing through that. So that was kind of like my game plan. Obviously we're a little bit delayed with some stuff that way. So that's the goal there though, is to issue it through show you rather than anywhere else. So once the fractionalization or multiple multiple NFTs, or however we want to look at this, and potentially on Polygon too, right? Because I don't know that we if people have to claim it, that's going to suck on mainnet because it's going to cost you whatever it is in gas. But we'll have to look at some technical sides of things, I think. But that's all I can really say about that. Hasn't been forgotten. But I definitely want to get that out. That's I'll make sure that you know about it when it happens. All right. Okay. Yeah, multi-chain liquidity. We can talk about that. Yeah, we can chat on that after here. But okay. One other thing I wanted to mention was all the POAPathon submissions that have come in. I've closed the channels out now as voting has ended. We're going to be going through tomorrow is the final day of the POAPathon. So that's that's been some pretty cool stuff has come in. And just want to there was some chatter through the POAPathon channels, and even looking in these channels too, that like in our voting channels, there's one user that won everything and has a larger vote share than everybody else. And over in the POAPathon channels, they had kind of mentioned similar things. I think this person basically may or may not have won the entire have won POAPathon based on that. just wanted to hear anybody's thoughts and feedback on that. If we felt like this is if this was gaming the system, if that's like okay, or where we're at with it. Yeah. You know,
I mean, if anything, seeing that one person won everything should be like if
It's a
there's
red
going to
flag.
be further. Well, I mean, I mean, is it? I could see the like how that is a shame. I mean, how many submissions were there? Like individual people submitting.
So there's like 12 or so for each category. And I'm speaking for myself here, but I definitely see ones that are way more sharper, refined. More work was put into them. And
Oh,
then there are little things that annoyed me, like all of the ones that this person uploaded, they uploaded at like 4,000 by 4,000 resolution. So I had to go and actually manually like downsize them. It's like little things that annoyed me, but I don't know. It was a large enough margin where it just looks really sus to me, anyway.
do we think any of the voting was gamed?
I feel like I wish there was more voting because, like, I don't know. Like they had like mid-20s where everybody else is like under 10 or so.
Yeah, just felt like, and this was also pointed out in the POAPathon community, and it's the same username that is having, that's just like kind of gone everywhere, made some submissions, and then, it's kind of won, like I say, the whole thing here. So I don't know.
I mean, I think it's probably it's up to probably the POAPathon community and just how to move forward. My initial reaction is just to use it as a learning lesson for further POAPathons,
I
possibly
think there could
having
be
much
better.
longer voting periods.
Yeah, longer or just a little bit more open, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
My plan was there to put that behind the hodler role, right? So that not everybody could come in and game the system, like just totally Sybil it. But it's unfortunate that we still with this, it still looks or appears to be kind of gamed. I know that there was a lot of issues or concerns over in the other with the POAPathon side of things, and what they were kind of suggesting is to take the top 5 and then give those to a committee to vote on. That was
I'd be for it, maybe.
Yeah, so that's like maybe one thing is if if everybody's comfortable with it, like send it over to the samurai to make the vote, and say, hey,
yeah,
this
I think
samurai's
that makes sense.
Samurai's the committee to vote on this, and then take the top 5, top 3 are winners.
And also maybe some like, in order to dilute some of the winnings, is also to like, give consolation prizes to just for creating art and submitting it.
Yeah, and the plan was to issue from, or the top 3 win, right? So the first place gets 250, second place gets 150, and third place gets 100. I wanted to spread out the love a little bit versus just like the first person winning, which would have been much easier just to issue the bounty through Gitcoin and be done with it. But in this sense, it's just wanted to be able to spread the love around. But I don't know. Personally, we also want to make sure that like what we select has the proper branding towards sushi, something that is meeting their approval of like Castry and Chester and Ryan.
Some of them are great. Some of them are like in line with like the general design.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Ryan's helped me out a lot too with other POAPs and things. So it's like, when I look at with some of the stuff that comes in here, even like the second and third place stuff, there's some really impressive artwork where, maybe some of the other stuff that is, one, it's not so much really our fitting with our branding as much. So that's kind of the other part too that I'm, not sure how to handle. And I don't want, obviously there's, efforts, even if this was about, coordination and all that, there is, should be some efforts and merits towards coordination, but is that really what we were designed to do here? Was it about coordination or was it about the art? So that's why I am thinking and just maybe taking the lead on, what POAPathon has suggested, because they have seen the similar issues, is, just putting this towards a committee. And, I see a hand here. Let me, beasted on. Oh, hey, nice. Beasted on a POAPathon member.
Hey, what's up?
Yo.
Hey, brother.
Hey, thanks for popping in.
Yeah, no problem. I'm trying to get more involved in this community here, but I think what POAPathon is doing is is a very good approach to it, where it is, basically is voted with a committee, and then you get 3 to 5, and then you push that to the general audience, versus just a full out one for full on vote, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think we just approached it the reciprocal of it, or the inverse of it, where tried to filter out with by having hodler roles, so it wasn't super gameable. But that might have been a better way, is to have hey, these are the 5 things that we like. Whether it was
and then I think with that you could really nail the kind of core criteria that you were looking for. For instance, branding was mentioned, which I think is a very important thing from a designer perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. So
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had really good success last time with going this route. So that's why I wanted to continue with it. But obviously a big learning experience here, and happy that other communities and but the whole POAPathon has seen this and come towards a good solution here. But I think that's probably the better approach.
And it really is kind of unfortunate in just the timing aspect. That it's rolling so quickly, because I think had even another week or two, the vote could really be reconsidered, I guess. But kind of perspective there, because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you want something that you're proud of, to serve out,
Yeah, that's the thing. We want to make sure that it's representing of the brand. It's something that the community as a whole enjoys, and that we are respecting kind of the process too. But I'm wondering now if we just did it the inverse way, and see if this can still help us, is maybe taking the top 5, and then the top 5 gets voted on by the committee. That way it's it should have went the other way, but we'll go this way with it and see if that works. How does everybody feel about that idea?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of that. I mean, I know I mean, this is sort of totally random, but there's I don't know, different art contests. The finalists always are judged by a panel that is sort of defined beforehand, even if there's open voting to get to those finalists. The actual final winners will be decided by a panel, which I think there's probably came from some sort of lesson throughout somewhere in history.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm sure. Well, how about we go that route? I think, obviously Beastodon has brought up like how that process, probably should work going forward with any of this kind of stuff. But for now, with the current situation we're in, I do want to follow, some of the process we put in, and make sure that we won't have time to like redo the whole thing, because the awards are tomorrow, and I'd like to have this ready to go for today. But if anyone is opposed to that idea of top 5 getting voted on by the samurai, if anybody's opposed to that, let me know. Would love to hear any feedbacks. Engage the samurai. Actually, I should maybe say, are the samurai comfortable with that?
I should not speak for any of the others.
RSK says he likes...
I have fun with
it. All right. RSK likes voting. Poorlick says sure. HHK says bribes. There, you can send there. We're in good shape. All right. Let's go that route. Let's go that route then. Cool. Well, I think I'll follow up with Samurai after this, and we can put that together. Cool. Okay. Okay. Now, anybody else have anything that they wanted to discuss, chat, talk about? Comments, feelings, suggestions? Obviously, we'll try and get a little more out there for coverage and everything, but
How's everyone's sleep doing?
Oof.
Sleep schedule.
Oof. No comment.
I'm pretty sure some of those guys don't even sleep. They just have like an on and off switch. Particularly Macha.
Yeah.
He never sleeps.
Got to get those 8 hours, my guys.
8? You get 8? Tell me about that. 8?
It's an ideal, not a reality.
And how many days?
Oh, well, to be fair, it's only I've only been getting 8 hours for the past week or so. It's
8 hours. 8 hours of the week. Yeah, in the week. Yes,
8 hours of the week.
Yes, that's reasonable. That seems reasonable. But cool. I guess just a couple other little news points. Or hang on, I've got a hand. Oh, Brooklynite. What's up?
Hi everybody. So I'm new to Sushi Swap. I've never done a swap in my life, so I have a question, new question.
Nice.
I tried
Welcome.
to buy some Matic with ETH using Sushi Swap, and I couldn't. I noticed there's W Matic, but there's no Matic. But then light bulb went off. Oh, that's a different chain. Is that something at one point is going to be implemented?
So you're looking to... Yeah, go ahead.
You're saying that the Matic you traded for is wrapped. Was this on Ethereum chain?
Right. I didn't buy it because I needed the actual Matic for OpenSea, but I could only get W Matic, which is wrapped. So I don't know if that's going to be okay for OpenSea, because the item I wanted to buy was only using regular Matic, not W Matic.
Yeah, so Matic is the gas token for the Polygon chain. I'm assuming you wanted to mint something on Polygon, so you're gonna need Matic for it. Yeah, you'd have to bridge the wrapped Matic you got to Polygon, or you would have to get it like through another means, like Binance or something, and move it from there. It's like on a different network entirely.
Right,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Are you? Yeah, you're looking to do stuff on Polygon, or are you looking like to with OpenSea, or you're on mainnet still? Where are
I
you?
was
Where?
trying to,
Go ahead.
yes, I was trying to buy an NFT that is listed with Matic only. You can't buy it with ETH for some reason. So when
I'm
I
not
went on Open,
not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure if it has the WMatic or Matic as the price on OpenSea, then that means you'll have to do the transaction on Polygon. I don't know.
Yeah,
Somebody
it's
could.
minting directly on Polygon, if that's
Yeah.
the case.
So basically, you could either swap to WMatic on ETH and then bridge that over to Matic, or you could even bridge your ETH over to Matic. But yeah, that's sort of how you've got to interact with it in that case, and that's a really nice sort of feature to enable lower cost NFT transactions.
Yeah.
right, that's this artist is selling his NFTs for like less than $1, but you have to use Matic for it. You can't use ETH.
Definitely Polygon chain.
Yeah, that's your. So yeah, I think that's the key point here. Maybe the where the missing puzzle or missing piece here is that so this is being dealt with on the Polygon chain. So what you're doing now is even if you're buying or swapping from ETH to Matic or Wrap Matic, either or, what you're looking to do though is interact with an NFT that is on the Polygon network. So you'll still need to get your funds, whether it's ETH or Wrapped Matic or whichever, and get them over to Polygon. Once it's on Polygon, then you can like interact in that ecosystem for like next to nothing. So even if it is wrapped, you can there is like wrapped to non-wrapped. So you can just go from wrapped to just unwrapped Matic, and you can do that. Like it costs nothing to do that. So if you wanted to swap there, you can. And then, if it doesn't accept wrap Matic, if it just accepts Matic only. But you will just need like a tiny bit of gas of actual Matic. So if you do, I think there's been a couple of faucets. I think somebody posted in here. Where did I see that?
Yeah,
Oh,
I posted them in the AMA. Matic.supply usually doesn't work, but that mac and cheese one worked last time I tried, maybe a month ago or something. They have to get refilled every so often, but that should be enough to mint an NFT. And it's definitely enough if you have your WMatic on Matic to turn it into normal Matic.
Yeah, exactly. Function. So I know that's a little bit confusing, and maybe I don't know if you've used the Polygon network, Brooklynite. Have you ever used the Polygon?
No, okay. I have not. So, but my question was that the Matic Polygon network is not supported by SushiSwap.
Yes, it is.
No, it is.
Right? It is? Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So you'll be, if you, I guess just a quick little.
It's so much cheaper than Ethereum, man. Like, I think you might be interested in just checking it out. But yeah, you're gonna have to go through another, like, you're gonna have to either bridge those funds over to the other network or like go to an exchange and get it from there. It's like the easiest ways.
Yeah, bridging is gonna cost a little bit of, it's gonna cost you some ETH gas as well. So
probably like 70 or $80 or something like that. It might be expensive right now.
Yeah, it's probably a lot cheaper. There's some fiat on ramps that can take you directly to Matic, I believe. I don't have too much experience with them, but it's worth looking into.
That's.
I used to know what they're called. Transact. Yeah, good job, Maka.
Transact. There you go. So that way you're. That's just a direct fiat on ramp. So we're kind of like, not giving you the exact answers you're looking for right now, Brooklynite. But there's, the key feature here is just getting you onto the Polygon network. And there's a variety of ways of doing that. So I think that's the key piece of what you need to look at right now. And whether that's getting your ETH bridged over or, entering the Polygon network a different way, or a different angle. we can figure that out. But yeah, let's maybe take this. Head over to support or hit up one of the samurai after this, and we'll get you started.
Yeah, just give us
Appreciate it.
support anytime. Anytime you want to ask a question or you need some advice or something, we'll be happy to help out.
Yeah, and one more question. Is there a Telegram group for sushi token fans?
No, only for the Chinese community, really.
Okay.
Yeah, most of Discord's pretty active here. Samurais are monitoring everything. Always feel free to reach out to them. They're very, very helpful, and yeah, doing great. But glad you could find us here, and look forward to seeing you around.
Yeah, thank you for asking your question, Brooklyn Knight.
Thanks. All right. As far as this week, Criticals was up as well for IDO. That is, where is it at? We had an AMA with them recently too. So that was, just getting your NFTs made. If you have like an artist or you're looking to... Sorry, my cats are just like going crazy today, running around, crashing into things. Anyway, if you're looking to get your NFTs, made by an artist, or if you got ideas around it, you can kind of set up like a bounty program. I kind of mentioned how that was could have been really helpful for us with the POAPathon. But great mood.
Hello, great mood.
Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, good to hear. Yeah, so I just have a question. I just want to know how the team's morale was after like all these things that are happening on Twitter and AG and maybe a lot of people spreading FUD. I guess no one really asked how you guys feel about it, how you guys are coping with that. But yeah, I just wanted to know how that was for you guys.
I think the best way to put it is that we're trying to stay positive, looking forward to the reorganization that needs to happen, so that there is like clear outlines and guidelines for how things need to work and what they need to look like. But it's a lot. There's a lot going on just on day-to-day, maintenance or day-to-day creation and production or shipping or whatever. All of this stuff is enough in itself. Crypto is just like, so full on to begin with, and adding any extra complexities to to all of this is taxing as well. So I would say that it's exhausting. I know for myself, even just I can speak for myself primarily, but it is exhausting to always be like looking at this kind of stuff and trying to when you just really want to do cool shit. But we're hanging in there, and I think at the end of the day, we all recognize that change is needed. A reorganization is happening, is in the works, and again, everyone and anyone that feels like they've got input towards it or to help shaping the future of this, we want to see this be community driven, and it requires the community's feedback as well. Obviously, core and samurai and people like maybe that have that have been around for a while. They're going to want to be may have more insight or ideas towards what this can look like and how this can shape up. But I mean, everybody's got ideas, and some of those ideas that come from just from any kind of community member can be good ideas, and we really want to encourage that. I do anyways. I want to encourage everybody to, if you've got an idea towards making this better, then let's do that.
And do you guys feel like you're properly compensated? I guess maybe the core, the samurais, everyone.
I feel like I'm good. It's I just want to focus more on like just being able to like keep doing things, yeah, it depends. Like taking on more and more roles with things, it does like maybe question like where we started to where we are going with that aspect. So maybe maybe more compensation would help, but I think that's like more. We need to hear more from like the devs and that side of things, right? Because that's those are the people that are making the front end of thing, or making everything work. I'd like to hear more from them and where they feel, because we need to be able to keep that going. But that's again, as we grow, as we can, Go ahead, Zap.
I'm pretty confident. I don't know, man. Like, we got a really good foundation. It's like we got a big mansion complex we're working on, and we got the first foundation and we got set up, but it definitely needs to be renovated. Be way cooler looking.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna be a lot of work, man, and it's something that like really keeps me fired up, at least to like know that there's like so many like ways to go. There's so much like work that can be done. Like, you can't keep pushing up. So I'm
Right.
really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I just feel like it would be important, and I know another community member made a proposal at one time, but obviously for everyone in the team to feel incentivized, and also to prevent maybe people feeling like underappreciated, maybe economically, and going to another project, or I guess for the longevity of the project and the vision and everything. It is understandable that maybe some of you guys, especially like you said, maybe the core devs might also feel under incentivized. And I don't know how much each of them own as a stake in X Sushi or Sushi, but I think it's important, at least in my opinion, for them to be properly compensated and incentivized to make this what we all think it could be, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
Sure.
I appreciate hearing that from you.
Right. Yeah, and awesome work. I'll take the time to just appreciate you guys and thank you guys for what you do and everything. You guys and the samurais and everyone. You guys are kicking ass.
Well, thank you very much. Great mood. Like the name.
Hell yeah, brother. Thanks for bringing the great
All right,
mood.
guys. Take care.
All right, you too. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like how Omakase put it as well, as like the sushi team like doesn't stop building. They just like we went through like basically. I mean, it wasn't a rug pull, but I mean it got basically spun as a rug pull. It, to a lot of the community, it felt like a rug pull very early on. With the whole Chef Nomi incident, and the sushi team kept building community, stayed focused, and yeah, that's sort of how I see everything. It's just chopping the waves.
There you go. Well said, Turtle. All right. Yeah, we're over an hour here, almost an hour and 20. We should probably start wrapping up now. I don't know if anybody else has final thoughts, questions, concerns. We'll mention that, the MISO IDO is still going on for criticals, currently raising almost 2.2 million so far in USDT has been raised. And so that's going on for another 19 hours. And then what else have we got here? I think there's another one coming up here for New Order. That's another sale that's happening. Got an AMA planned with them on the 7th, I think. I think that's our tentatively plan. And
What's that about?
I haven't looked into them fully yet. I just kind of lined up with them recently here, but New Order is a permissionless, community-driven venture DAO incubator for decentralized finance projects. The platform is led by community members and ecosystem partners and aims to accelerate early-stage DeFi applications and surround teams with talent and resources to fast-track their growth development. Yeah, that's a quick little overview on them. But, yeah, that's coming up, and we'll have more info on that. December 9th, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when that starts. And yeah. But yeah, if anybody else has any final questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. Pop up, put your hand up. We'll get you up on stage. This is always open forum. Would love to see that. And I guess any last questions here in the
Win Samurai NFTs.
I had also put in this request a while back in the sushi request for trading cards for X sushi, like when Maki retired and Magic Turtle like stepped down, that we should make a trading card for them NFT.
Dude, that would be so great.
Ooh.
And like now we got Mutant, he's doing his own thing. They just have like a whole series of them.
Yeah.
Listen, all I'm saying is I better be a legendary card.
Okay. Speaking of which, in Shark Punks, there's only 2 Shark Punks with a wizard's hat. Just saying. None of them are for sale.
Ooh. My Shark Punk is slowly getting liquidated. I thought
How does that even work? So you guys have to shill it on Twitter for it to stay alive?
Yes.
There is a Shark Punk bot at Shark Revival at Shark Revival /revive and then whatever shark number. But yeah, we've been talking to Lev about getting rid of that because it looks bad on OpenSea when you just have blank JPEGs.
Yeah.
It sounds like a pain, honestly. Like I don't like shilling on Twitter already as it is.
I have excuse my language. I have 4 of them, so yes, it's a little
Jesus.
I was sure that I did mine, and then I like came back to look at it like a couple days later, and I was like half liquidated. I'm like, what the hell? Does this thing even work? I was like, I'm a little skeptical because I like definitely tweeted about it. You know, whatever. I looked at it one day. I was like, it's good, and then I tweeted about it because like a couple people were talking about it. So I was like, all right, sweet. I'll just like tweet just to be safe. Made a joke about liquidating. You know, oh, so scared right now. My friends got liquidated, and then I get liquidated. What the hell? Stop loss is not working. Damn it. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, there's no way to revive them.
We all get liquidated sometimes.
That's right. There's no way to revive or make them more vibrant.
Oh, yeah, no, they come back to life. It's not permanently dead. Yeah.
So I just need to like keep shelling my own Shark Punk.
Just keep shilling. Just don't stop. Right now, just say the words out loud, and so it is. No.
All right. Well, that's good to know then. I will try and revitalize. I'll say I want to. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, okay. Enough of me incoherently rambling about Shark Punks while I'm up here.
In Magic Turtle, you are legendary, no matter what your card rarity is.
There you go. There you go. Legendary Magic Turtle.
That's love right there.
That is. Okay. If anybody else has any final thoughts, let's wrap it here. Anybody? Any last thing? Pamp.
Drink water.
Pamp. We'll just pamp it. Pamp it for RSK. Okay. There we go.
Safe.
Poor Alex. Shelling the sharks. Alrighty. Okay, thanks everybody for coming out this week. Yeah. Stay up to date with things at Sushi Swap on Twitter, and we'll see you all next week. Thanks for coming out. Talk to you later.
Stay safe, everyone.